Brilliant. Good morning. Morning, Eli.
How you
Morning,
doing?
Raf.
Morning.
Welcome to People in Legal.
Thanks, Aaron.
That's fantastic. So tell us a bit about what you're here for and what you're doing.
So myself, my name's Eli Bernstein. I'm a lawyer with Motto Legal.
Yep.
I've been around in the crypto and AI space for about 7 years.
Okay.
Initially sort of worked in big law for a few years.
Yep.
And then wanted to really focus on emerging technologies.
Wow, yeah.
Crypto, AI, all of that.
Yeah.
Went deep into crypto, was general counsel for one of the big foundations, Phantom Foundation, for a few years, and then a couple of years, and then went into boutique law.
Yep.
Which is where I've dealt with all of these emerging challenges that are happening with regulating this new space.
Yeah. Tell us about some of those challenges that you faced, and then what ideas you have to fix them.
Well, obviously the big one in crypto was U.S. regulation. So that's not up to me. Thankfully, the Clarity Act is passed, and that's sort of there's some clarity happening there.
Yeah.
And so on that side of stuff, now the new obviously area of regulations is AI and data privacy. For example, a recruitment company that had a whole bunch of CVs, they want to put that into a model.
Yes.
Do they need consent of everyone who's ever sent their CVs or not? Do they not? All those sort of questions around privacy and data. So that's been my focus on the legal front.
Fantastic. And then how have you arrived at a solution to this problem?
So that's the thing. So I saw in certain areas there were no solutions, and I decided when there's no solution, build one.
Build one, yeah, fantastic.
So I set up this thing called 𝗯𝗲𝗃𝗄𝗆. 𝗯𝗲𝗃𝗄𝗆 is an AI venture studio, focused mainly on regulated sectors, so fintech, legal tech. You touched on health tech as well. And really focusing on the regulated sectors and seeing where AI can assist, particularly with agentic AI. So maybe Raf, you can talk a bit about one of our projects and discuss how about 𝗁𝗲𝗃𝗄𝗆.
Yeah, so I mean that's where the legal tech comes in. This is why we're here. So one of our sub businesses is called 𝗁𝗲𝗃𝗄𝗃, which is a bit of a legal term in itself. Basically, we saw the problem, which is very, very big in the UK. If you look at the stats, it's just mind-boggling. For example, you'll have a plumber or someone, come in and do one of their jobs, maybe have some sort of faulty contract that they've made on some Telegram post that they've tried out, or Facebook, just trying to market themselves. They come in and there's either two problems. Either they do a great job and they don't get paid, or they get paid extremely late. Or they do a trash job and the people are left, a few K
out of pocket.
Exactly. And there's all these different ways. You have your big names like escrow.com and other contracting platforms that people can make stuff, but there's no platform that does all steps so seamlessly in just one found in one particular place. And what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to actually put that all in one place. Have like a proper, legitimate, authentic business model that will allow that to work and help also a lot of these people also targeting the bigger markets. We're looking for these basic jobs that people need to actually have some security, and that's where we think this legal tech can go somewhere.
So it's a really big addressable market. What you're talking about, like doing
massive.
We're talking about the plumbers and the tradesmen, builders. How can you reach them? How would you go about reaching them?
Well, I mean, right now what we're doing is we're trying to partner up with various firms that actually do more of the connecting side, the marketing side for these, just the plumber example, for these plumbers, for these kitchen renovators, for these photographers even, and freelancers, and we're basically trying to partner up with these firms and input our technology into the stage after they've got connected. Because once they've got connected, then what are they doing? They're left on their own. But we can actually have something that can help them with a contract, help them with an escrow, properly, legalized. I think that can really benefit a lot of people's lives and security.
And it's really interesting because all of the, here at the Legal Tech Talk, there's obviously a very large focus on the big law side of things. And and you guys are kind of doing the other end, which is great to hear, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what differentiators are you seeing in what you're aiming at?
So just to focus on that last point. So I think that the low value end of the market is where it hasn't been treated well.
No.
So if you've got $1 million dispute,
Yep.
you can afford paying lawyers, going to an arbitrator, doing all of that.
But if you've got £1,500,
exactly, there's no real recourse. I mean, there's small claims, but then the small claims, you're already starting late, meaning you never had the proper contract in the first place.
Yeah.
So what 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 is doing, and it's 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃.io, just to plug it. And basically, it's the entire process from A to Z. So initially, when you contract, to actually take it from an informal contract to a formal contract. So we have some AI generating tools that will assist in giving you a valid contract.
If I'm a builder, can I do it on my phone or like just
at the moment, it's desktop. We will go to a phone app in the future. So that's step one. And then once you have that, you have the option of escrow. That's an additional fee. You can choose with escrow, without escrow.
Sure.
And then if there's a dispute, there's a dispute resolution mechanism and process with arbitrators but in a low cost version. And we're doing that. A lot of that is automated. So that's the time that the arbitrator or the mediator takes is minimal. Instead of them spending many hours getting on top of the information is condensed. They only need a very short amount of time to make a decision.
Okay. And what sort of information would they need to put together before they can start to use 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃?
Well, I guess the initial agreement, the standard of the work, and the general standards of the industry, and understanding whether it's been complied with the contract.
Fantastic.
But having a good contract to begin with is what's missing in 99% of these cases.
Probably more.
It is.
Probably more. Yeah. Fantastic. And are you guys in terms of what you've seen at London Tech Talk? What have you what's the opportunity you can see, really? Like that, can you see like going to law firms and then getting them to recommend you, or like what's been the most
perspective? I think the law firm software targeting law firms it's quite flooded. It's not really an area I wanted to get into. And that's why I went directly to the consumer apps.
Fantastic.
Do you have any perspectives on your
honestly, like, one trend we were speaking about after day one of the conference was just, I mean, we kind of touched it in the flooding, but like just the amount of firms that are doing like very similar stuff. And, we understand that there are niches, but at the end of the day, like, just the harnessing of agentic AI and utilization of like, PAs for people using these agents is like such a common trend around many of these businesses, basically, wrapping up a lot of these AI bots in their own branding. Which will be interesting to see when, we were using 𝗱𝗶𝘆. I don't know if you heard about the whole thing. Forward and like that was ripped off us in a few days. But when these things are rapidly evolving and when people get to know about them more, the question will be left with all these firms that have put a wrap around them. So it is a very, very volatile industry, and
it's rapidly changed. There's an era of rapid change at the moment, and even like somebody's recommended to me that there'd be really a room for like a fractional kind of lawyer version for small business owners, and a tool like yours would be really handy for that. So your base level is like kind of you use the electronic version, and then if you need our help, then we come in on top of that. It's a real good model for that.
We're trying to just make the process, just very smooth, and very practical. Like, this is something that people can't do on their own. Meaning, you can't like have an AI that's just really need the right steps in place, the right regulations that are being addressed. And we also have a particular product on, even if you want to get a lawyer in the loop, which is actually human being. We're trying to keep out, I mean, they're lower resolution disputes, but we're trying not to even get to that stage. That's why our whole framework will prevent this. But if it does, then, we will actually get a human in and we do it properly, like, no messing around.
Absolutely. What jurisdictions, what countries do you work in at the moment?
So for 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃, just the UK.
Just the UK, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Personally, my legal firm is actually Australia, and we have a partner in the
fantastic.
But for 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃, it's a UK-based business.
Okay.
We have a couple other projects. We have a compliance tool we're working on specifically for 𝗯𝗲𝗃𝗃 compliance in Australia. That's in the works. But the one we're here to focus on is 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃.
Oh, fantastic. And how's the reception been?
It's been excellent. Look, for us, it's been really a learning experience, just to kind of see what's out there in the market and understand Understand where the market is and where the opportunities lie.
Like you said, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of froth and bubble around contracts and all that.
I think overall it's validated obviously so far.
No one, like, as far as I can see, a lot of people are aiming for law firms, but you guys are going directly to consumer, which is great.
You're avoiding them.
Yeah. And how can our listeners and followers find you?
So as Eli said, 𝗁𝗲𝗃𝗲.io, search us up. And we'll be starting to market ourselves quite largely, hopefully soon. We're both from Perth.
Yep.
But as we said,
Aussie connection there.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be based in the UK. So, reach out to us. This is going to be a platform that will revolutionize the space. Find us 𝗁𝗲𝗃𝗲. We'll have all our socials out.
Brilliant. Okay,
so looking forward to working with you.
Find you on Google, find your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And my firm is Moto Legal. Moto MOTO.
Legal. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Have a great conference. Thanks for your time today. Thanks for visiting People in Legal.